I know it doesn't look like it, but this is going to be a head at some point this morning. The foam head that you get with the TruForm Armature human armature is a great source of information, but I'd prefer not to deal with the hard foam underneath my clay. I like to have the ability to change things and not have the foam come in contact with my sculpting tool. So I'm going to sculpt this without the head. There are times when I will use it, but this is not one of them. And, you know, there are people out there that will want to use this, and that's fine. But for this, I'm going to use this as a model for the proportions of the face, and leave it at that. I'm going to add clay to the armature, and I'm going to shape this to be the size of that foam head. Now I got the profile of the head made out here, and now I'm going to build up the face and the head measurements here. Now, when I was a kid, I'd go to Temple Square in Salt Lake City, and there was a museum on Temple Square. And in the museum, they had mummies of Native Americans that they had found in Utah in showcases. They've been since repatriated, so they're not there anymore. But the one thing I did notice was the back of the skull was flat. And I found out later in life that the reason it was flat is because of the cradle board. It had a tendency to flatten the back of the skull, so the skull was just a little different than somebody who wasn't raised in a cradle board. And that stuck with me. So I'm going to incorporate in this head that feature. As you can see, I'm trying to match the width of the head as well as the side of the head. The foam skull is very useful for that, and it helps me get the right proportions. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the neck in. That's just to make the head just a little more solid on the armature. Now I'm not going to show everything I do. I'm going to come in at different stages of the sculpture. I have instructional videos that show you how to do portraits or a head of a figure. I have one on making a Viking head, and whenever I've sculpted full figure. I've shown how to do the head as well. So I'm not going to be covering that here, but I'll just come in for bits and pieces. And so I'll be back in a little while when I get this a little more fleshed in. All right. I'm just double checking proportions, and it looks good. Okay. Well, I've got a lot more work to do on this face, and I'm going to have to do it tomorrow because I've run out of time. I like how it's turning out. It's a little rough right now, really rough, but it's working out. And I've got I'm going to put a slight smile on her face and try to liven up her eyes a little bit. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that, but I'll figure it out. All right, good night, everybody. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really would help me. Also, check out the link below this video. It will take you to a review of my 9 instructional videos that could be very helpful to you if you're thinking of sculpting. Good night, everybody.